We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Mary Machinegun, Issue 1. This is a 2023 book from Antarctic Press, written and created by Max DeVill, art and color by Fern Cord, flat color by Fabio Cord, lettering by Paul Anderson, cover by Fabio Simao. The cover's a good picture, but if her name is Mary Machinegun, why is she not pictured with a machine gun? That makes zero sense to me. It's well done, it's dynamic, the woman looks good, the building behind her looks cool, but it tells me nothing about what this issue is supposed to be selling me, and she doesn't have a machine gun, so it's a bit contradictory, unless that sword doubles as a machine gun. So we start off with this lady nun fighting a vampire. This is not Shotgun Mary from the Warrior Nun series, but she goes and takes a shower for gratuity purposes, and then we find out that she has been assigned to a church in the Midwest somewhere in rural America, and there's something going on in the town of Jonas Bend, I think it's called. It looks like it's werewolves. So she has to go meet with a cardinal who is, of course, an overindulgent, corrupt monster who has women at his disposal, and he's a big, fat, naked dude through part of this. And through the dialogue boxes, we learn, of course, the church is generically corrupt, and she apparently is older than she looks, and she doesn't seem to believe in God. So the religious stuff is just a window dressing, and she goes out to fight a werewolf, and it turns out there might be a whole clan. She does get scratched, but a little wolfsbane tea fixes that right up. Through the majority of the issue, she only has a machine gun in about 5 panels. Otherwise, she runs around with a sword or a knife. The werewolves look kind of cool, but some of the art in here is definitely more indie style art. It needs some refinement, especially when they're drawing tears. It looks like there's like lace coming out of somebody's eye. It's really disturbing. But I didn't hate the art. It just is very amateur. The backgrounds need a little bit of work too, some detailing instead of just sort of generic looking. They're pretty good the last couple of pages actually, but there's a couple panels that just look like really bad computer art. This book does seem to suffer from an anti-Catholic bias, so if you're Catholic, you're probably going to be fairly offended by some of the ways that the church is portrayed in here. But otherwise, it was okay. Is it worth $5? Well, you get a lot of story for whatever that's worth. The origin of this woman is not explained. Why they call her Mary Machinegun is not explained. Her origin is started. We get a little over 2 pages. One page only has 2 panels, but we start her origin story and then it just abruptly ends. While there is quite a lot here, it does seem to have suffered from bad editorial. There's just so much going on that it doesn't really make sense. Like the beginning part with the vampire probably could have been excluded entirely. The shower scene was unnecessary unless you're just trying to titillate the audience. That entire section could have been cut out and the werewolf story more expanded upon, or the origin story more expanded on. Either way, it looks like it's an okay book. I'd be interested in giving it a couple more issues just to see if they can organize their thoughts a little better, but it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever read. It wasn't the worst. The cover's good. Interior art does need a lot of work. The perspective shots are pretty good, so they do understand different angles and things like that, but it definitely needs some more refinement. Colors did a pretty good job though, so if you're gonna pick this up, I would say it's probably a better idea to get it out of a discount bin unless you really want to support some up-and-comers, but I don't really feel like I got my $5 worth out of it. I didn't hate the book, I just think it needed a little bit better editing. The core concepts aren't bad though, and I would be willing to check out further issues if they can tighten up the storyline a little bit and make it a little bit clearer. But that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.